Oh, it should be a red. Yeah.
Yes, it's recorded now. Thank you.
Do I have to start over, or do I have to give the first minutes afterwards and we glue it together?
No, just continue. I think it's manageable.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. As I said, in the next 6 slides, we will discuss all the specializations. I don't do it in great detail, because then you get an overflow of information and then you forget everything. But the highlights we'll discuss, and afterwards some details we can in the questions, if you are interested, we can discuss it. There is also plenty of opportunity to contact us afterwards. Okay, let's go into the specializations. Oh, then the wrong next slide. This should work. Yeah, artificial intelligence. I think everybody has heard about it. It's daily in the news and wherever. Machine learning, deep learning, all those terminology comes along. Well, what do we how do we treat it? Well, here's a first overview of the hierarchy. Well, what do we do in our specialization is more or less covering all those aspects you see over there. And this is also a nice overview of what is covered in here. And if you look a little bit in machine learning, you see what practical things you can do with it. The self-driving car would be the ultimate way of machine learning. Unfortunately, it's not yet available, and that you can use it really in the city and on the highways. But that's therefore you come study with us to make this happen. But other issues, especially around for medical purposes, machine learning has already proven its quality. My student Livia Popper, she is now studying also data science, and she will in the end give some more detail of what it is to be in this specialization. But at least what students are doing typically in such a semester, you do a project with a company, and it can be various companies around Eindhoven, maybe the city government. They collect plenty of data, and they want to get knowledge and want to use that data in a good way. For example, what you typically do is the data collection, and of course, in a bigger city, you get a lot of data. Well, how to process it, and what can you do with it? With issuing, what is smart for opening our shops, or what people want to do in our city. Another specialization, cybersecurity. If you look at the right side, you see what the malicious persons want to do. They're the hackers. They have all kind of ways, to hack either your personal computer, or even worse, that's all kind of companies. Maybe the public power supply, or the water supply. Well, you don't want to think of it. What happens if they are really hacked by malicious persons? But have a look at it. All kind of things they could do, and we have a specialization to educate people to counteract for that. How does it look like? What will you learn? Well, first you have to do really analysis, also with the company. Well, what could be the threats? What could happen if really a hacker get entrance to the system? What does it mean for the selling purposes? Your whole company down or whatsoever? Yeah, it's not only with a company that you do this semester, but we also have inside Fontys School of ICT, we have our own security lab. So we have plenty of servers. We can make our own environment of a company. We can even operate as our own hackers. but then in an ethical way, not malicious way that we want to hurt people, but just for the sake of learning, we can do hacking activities, and we do it in our own security lab that no other people will harm from it. Okay, if you do analysis, of course, then you have to realize a stable IT infrastructure, and yeah, also to realize your full organization structure, really able to resist those hackers that come from the outside. Yeah, and the picture at the bottom is, of course, what in an ideal world, even in medieval times, you would like to have to be resistant for all threat from the outside. Okay, let's go to the next specialization. It's about game design, and the first thing the first issue you think about is, of course, games for entertainment. Grand Theft Auto is well, you know, I think you know it better than I do, but you within our specialization, you should think about in a broader sense. And what are the other aspects? Games could also, then it's not game, but the same way is training, for example, I think there should be I have some animation training for a truck company. This really this would really look like your own battle station, where a company can do the training. Or look, well, what would it be if you want to change your product, for product innovation, to test it without making the full truck and driving a lot of kilometers. You can already do it in much earlier stage. So in this specialization, we cover all those aspects. And yeah, in this such a semester, what will come on the table? Concepting means, well, first think of what you would like to realize. 3D design, also sound is very important. And then to get it done, the tooling, well, we have a variety. I could not put all our possible tools here in this slide, but this Oculus Rift, that one on the right side, or the Leap Motion, that system is able to view how your movement of your hands are and put that into the system. All those aspects you can use for concepting and design what you have in mind. Smart mobile. Of course, the first thing you have in mind is your own smartphone. And yes, in the specialization, you learn how to make apps for your Android or your iPhone. But we look at in a broader sense. Biometric wearables, so a smart watch, but also things you put in your clothes or wherever, that also is treated within smart mobile. Also Google Glass, you have glasses on which you can project inside the glass, so you can look at it from the inside, all kind of data, and there's also a camera, etc. Well, that offers a lot of possibilities for new products, and they are all treated. This broad way is treated inside the specialization of smart mobile. What is typically done? Also here, concepting. First you think, well, how does my app look like before you really make it? You look, well, what are the different screens? How to operate it? If you push this button, you get different. You come into different view. What is offered then, and what happens if you push another button? So the whole application is thought of, well, on the whiteboard, and then you discuss with your fellow colleagues, fellow students, if you are happy with it and you discuss it with your teacher, and the teacher gives you good good tips where to improve it, or he already says, well, you have made it as well designed. Let's really make it. Okay, the next specialization, creative technology. It's quite a new one, so I cannot give you the details of what the students have done in the past, but what are the key aspects? Of course, the name, you use your creativity and, well, find other technical solutions that you want to combine, maybe two different technical solutions. They have never worked together, but you as a student come into this field and you say, hey, let me connect it and, well, make a new product that where the world could become better of. I found one interesting example, a little bit exotic example, but that shows what you could think of in this specialization. What this person has made. You can watch the full video. That's quite interesting. A basketball ring. And normally, if I try to do basketball playing, well, I always miss the ring. But this system, if you throw the ball, then the basket moves along all directions, as you can see, and then it catches the ball. So if you throw, well, you always get the points, 2 points or 3 points, or the whatever is used inside basketball. And this person has this thought, and, well, he could make it. It was a lot of you see in the watch in the YouTube all kind of troubles he had with realizing all the mechanical equipment, and of course also with the software equipment, and he have to glue everything together, and in the end he succeeds. But you can see it yourself. Now, normally you could say, well, yeah, this is what is impact on society with this. This is only fun. This has no impact, but you could also regard it as another solution, maybe for disabled people. They have trouble in standing or using their hands or whatsoever. And if you can in this way make a system that helps them in their daily activities, then with the same thoughts, creativity, combining solutions, then you really can have impact on society. Okay, the last specialization that we can offer is academic preparations. And this is you can view it in the following way. We are a University of Applied Science, and if you look at a map around Eindhoven, there are a variety of academic universities. In Eindhoven there is one, there is in Den Bosch at 30 kilometers, and in another direction, Tilburg at 30 kilometers. There are academic universities. In Fontys, you will graduate with a bachelor, and at those universities you can graduate with a master. So maybe you have interests in getting a master degree after your bachelor degree, and it can at those universities. And this specialization, well, as the name says, it prepares you to be able to have a successful master education at those universities. It's a bridge. It helps you from the practical level you use at Fontys to bring you to an academic level. Because there are some differences. At the research university, it's much more fundamental, sometimes more abstract, less practical. Well, that's always good for you if you first have been at Fontys, so you have been educated at a practical level, hands-on, and also if you know the theories behind at an academic university, well, then you are quite valuable for companies. More mathematics is involved also at those universities, and that will be taken care of in this specialization. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and for all those aspects, we will make the bridge so between fundamental and the practical aspects. Okay. Those were the 6 specializations that we offer. Well, how does this all come together in your full plan? Well, this is what you have seen on slide 3, 10 minutes, or it's 15 minutes ago, the specialization, profiles we have discussed, and there are 3 gray areas. What is your focus point in those? Well, there are possibilities. For example, you can do your internship and your graduation according to your profile. So it's, for example, software or technology. Technology is embedded systems or business. So in fact, all the blue boxes have their focus on your profile. And then the minor is still purple, but yeah, there is what I said in the beginning, plenty of opportunities to look for a minor. Even robotics, we have a minor at Fontys, entrepreneurship, a lot of others. If you want to know more, I can give you URLs where you can find them. Also outside Fontys, another university in the Netherlands, maybe outside the Netherlands, you want to go for your minor. So this is option A. We also have other options, that the specialization, for example, cybersecurity. Hey, you want to do an internship working at a company to work on cybersecurity. Well, that's possible. We even have a minor about cybersecurity, and we have a minor about game design. We have a minor about artificial intelligence. So you can, if that's the subjects you're interested in, you can do it even more than only one semester for. Also the graduation at a company, you want to do a data science or an artificial intelligence a project at a company for graduation, that is also possible. So those are 2 options. Well, I don't list them all. There are plenty of combinations possible. It's up to you what you want to learn to make sure that it can happen. Okay. Oh, yeah. And now I want to give the floor to Livia, because she can tell you more about what it is to be a student and to have this specialization.
Yes, thank you, Joris. All right, hi everyone. My name is Livia Popper and I'm a 4th-year student at Fontys. I am actually doing as a major ICT and software engineering, but I'm specializing in applied data science. Nowadays it's called artificial intelligence. However, I chose to talk about it in the old style, so as applied data science. Actually, Joris, I'm gonna share my screen.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Can you see it? Is it visible or?
Not yet. Maybe I have to hide, or no?
Wait. It should be visible.
Yeah.
All right, great. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the structure of the 2 specializations and also about the minor, which I'm currently following. I find it really interesting because at Fontys you can choose either to go deeper into one of the subjects. So in my case, yeah, applied data science, or you can at some point switch the specialization. So if you're interested to find more about game design, for instance, you can also always join the other specialization, so you're not stuck in one specific direction if you want to find out more about the others. So let's start a bit about the Applied Data Science A, so the first semester of the specialization. Well, during this course, I basically learned how to interact and analyze data in a structured way. We created a lot of predictions from it, and within the context of a data-driven organization. And here I had two really nice projects. Actually, it's structured like this. We have a big project with a company and two smaller challenges, which are two smaller projects. You can see them like that. So one of the challenge was to find a company and to see how data-driven is. So actually, you had to create a survey and go and ask someone, an employee that is working there, about how data-driven that person thinks that the company is. So I chose Philips because it's a really big company, and we actually went there, visited the company. So it's really nice that you get in touch with real companies and real employees from there. And the second project was already discussed and provided by Fontys. So all the data we had from a company, and again, we worked with a real client. So we had client interaction. We had the opportunity to actually work on a real project, so not only on something that we came up with. But more about the structure. So on the first semester, you're gonna be focusing mostly on machine learning. So you're gonna dive into the unsupervised, supervised learning, and the reinforcement learning. It's really nice, as I said, that you don't necessarily go only on the programming part, so not only on the creating predictions, but you also talk to clients, visualize data. You get a basics, I would say, of the data visualization. But here we can make the bridge to Data Science B, which is dedicated to data visualization. So basically, you have the chance to look at charts and see which ones are useful in which situations. Here is again another project provided by Fontys with a company or about a specific area. So in my case, there is a very well-known park in Eindhoven. It's called Henneperparken, and we had to analyze some data that, again, Fontys provided. We also had to go and get our own data. So that was actually really nice, because it's not like you only get the data set and you start analyzing it, but you also see the data gathering process. So you also go out of the field. And that's mostly about it. Also, you have a conference at the end of this Data Science B semester, and this is actually from our a year and a half ago. It was Innovation Insight event in Stripe TQ. It was not only with applied data science, so you can see that other specializations took place there. They were present there. Open innovation, media technology. Here, I remember it was also smart mobile. So all the people from all these three specializations were there, and we would have our clients going around and asking questions. So as you can see, we really had a nice experience there. We had to create a poster with all our findings from that project, and we were really proud to show it to everyone around and clients. We got a lot of questions, and it's really nice that you really get to work with a team of 6 people. So it's also about teamwork. Currently, I am doing the Applied Data Science minor. As I mentioned before, for Data Science A and Data Science B, you have only one project per semester. Well, here it's next level, I would say. You have 2 projects at the same time. So here it's again with 2 companies. The left picture is from one of the teams that I'm leading, and we are working with VDL, Connection, Fontys Automotive. And on the right side, we have the other project team. We are working on a project for Fontys Research. So it's really nice. Applied data science minor basically covers applied data science A and B specializations, and you go more in deep on, yeah, I would say the machine learning part. All right. A bit about Proxy Study Association. Well, I'm currently the president of this study association. It's voluntarily and it's from students for students. Basically, we're trying to help students in any way. So we are organizing a lot of workshops, events, and the first time that you get to, to talk or to face Proxy is in your introduction week. So if you come to Fontys, we are gonna be organizing the introduction week, a lot of events, barbecues. You're gonna meet your fellow students. So it's really important because we help you to entertain, socialize, but also gain extra knowledge than what it's taught at Fontys. So sometimes I wanted to mention about Proxy actually, because sometimes we have workshops about specializations. We are trying to get as much information to students as possible. So we are talking to teachers, to people who did the specializations before, so they can provide more insight. I wanted to show you that this is the current board. So we are working together as a team. And as I said before, we are trying to help you as much as possible. And in case you want to find out more about our events, we have here 2 QR codes. One is for the Facebook and one for our Instagram. So in case you want to find out more about us and about what we are doing, you can always scan these 2 codes. I think the presentation is going to be available, if I'm not mistaken, Yoris.
Yes, yeah.
So you can always come back and scan these 2 codes. And a little bit about studying in the Netherlands, because you might be asking yourself, how is life in Eindhoven and how I see it as a student? Well, I think it's really nice. And Eindhoven is the region of, it's located in the southeast of the Netherlands. And it's also known, as you already said before, as Brainport region. So it's really an international recognized center, I would say, of science and technology, and it really attracts students that are passionate about ICT and not only. I hear a lot of people that are doing their graduation projects within their own startup. So I think that's really important if you want to combine, software engineering, applied data science with business side as well. So also after graduation, the region really offers to students excellent career opportunities in the world of technology and business. So I think that's really nice. Also Eindhoven, I think you should know that it's called the Silicon Valley of Europe. It's the place where Philips, Brabantia, and DAF Trucks company were started up. And Philips has most of the patents in the world, so I think everyone knows about it. Again, it's a city of technology, city of lights, so I really recommend that you study here because, I'm really in love with the city, I would say, and with this country. So therefore, I'm going to study here. I'm also going to do a master's, and I'm planning to move here forever. So I would say this is really nice place. And about the social life, because most of you might want to know what to visit around. We have Stratum Zand. It's actually a really long street with a lot of bars, and I think it's really well known in the entire Netherlands. There are a lot of rooftops, festivals, King's Day. You can see here a picture. Usually Dutch people, and not only, basically everyone is dressing in orange in that day because it's their official color. We have Dutch Design Week, where people from even universities, they show off their projects around. So it's really nice to go and check it out. So if you're interested, just search more about these festivals. And Glow Festival, it was actually supposed to be last week, but of course with the Corona situation, it was not possible. So it was like a replacement for it. There were still some lights around the city, but basically there are buildings that are really nicely lighted up. So everyone is going around taking pictures in the night. It's super nice. And also because, as I said before, Philips is also very well known for Philips lighting. So that's also part of it. Parks and libraries, as Joris mentioned before, there's a TV library, so just 100 meters across the Fontys campus. Students can go study there, bring up their teams, and work together on their projects, I'd say. So, if there are any questions, we'll be more than happy to answer them.
Yeah, thank you, Livia. Yeah, put a question in the chat, and then Livia, me, or Mr. Leo, who's also from Fontys School of ICT, we will answer that.
Hi, Professor, and hi, Livia. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hello. Yeah,
Hello.
thank you so much for your nice presentation. Really enjoyed the presentation. So my questions is a little bit out about the requirement to go to the your university. So what is the minimum GPA of 3 years for high schooler to join for Fontys as a Fontys student?
Maybe I can answer this question.
Yeah, please, Leo. Yeah.
So you're mentioning, hello, my name is Leo Maas. I'm International Coordinator for all ICT and Engineering programs.
Okay,
so,
hi, Leo.
Hello. So you're mentioning GPA, but GPA
Yep.
is actually not required. In fact, when you want to enter a Dutch university, it doesn't matter whether it's Fontys or TU or whatever research university, you need to fulfill entry requirements. And these entry requirements, they are normally related to secondary school certificate and an IELTS or TOEFL document for English. So it's never related to grades or GPAs unless we are talking about a numerous fixes program. So think of medicine programs, but I can tell you most of the university programs at Dutch universities are not numerous fixes programs. So when a student fulfills the requirements, then officially he must be accepted. So that's why we say it's quite easy to get into Dutch universities, but normally you have to work hard to be successful.
So as you mentioned, like if, for example, if I am a high schooler, so I'm studying like grade 10, 11, and 12 at high school in Vietnam. And now when I apply to Fontys, so I don't have to worry about my GPA at 3 years of high schooler.
No, that's correct. So
really?
you don't have to concern about your GPA, but your only concern should be, of course, that after the 12th grade, you will obtain your high school diploma.
Oh, okay, I see. So as long as I get the high school diploma, then it's enough for the requirement. And of course, IELTS. Yeah. Oh,
that's correct.
Oh, it's interesting. So, so about Fontys. So, I'm looking for a media, the Bachelor of Media. I think it's, but here is I see in ICT is also have the media. So, what is the difference between media of the media Bachelor of Media and ICT media in ICT?
So our bachelor is called ICT and Media Design. So in fact, it's an ICT bachelor program linked to media design. So making fancy websites, all kind of things related to creativity, but it always includes ICT. So when you choose, let's say, a regular media bachelor program, then probably it's not related to ICT, but it's related to journalism, maybe. Or, so our programs are always related to ICT.
I see. So for media, I can choose two different majors. Like one is according to ICT, or is according to journalism, as you said.
Yeah, journalism, or maybe photography. That's also an aspect of
I see.
media.
So if there's any media and communication somewhere?
Yeah, there are, besides ICT and media, there are also media and creativity, or I don't know exactly the names. We can look it up for you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
And for the ranking of Fontys, I'm curious about the ranking of Fontys in the rank of the University of Applied Science in Holland. Can you explain it for me?
Yes, I can explain that to you. First of all, there is not an official ranking system that doesn't exist. However, all university programs are accredited by an organization called NVAO. So you can look on the website for that. And this is an official body, external body, who does accreditations on university programs. And the ICT programs have been accredited excellent, which is very unique in the Netherlands, I can tell you. So normally the programs are accredited sufficiently or good, but it's quite rare that programs will be accredited excellent. But Fontys ICT Eindhoven achieved to get this accreditation, so actually we are quite proud of that as well.
Wow, so yeah, so exciting to know about that. But for example, does your business school or business program get the rank of ACC SCB?
Could you please repeat your question? I couldn't really get it.
Yeah, according to the accreditation, I'm really curious about your Bachelor of Business, your university, if they accredited by the body named ACC SCB.
No, so the official accreditation body is called NVAO.
NVAO, okay.
Yes. There is also a question coming in, the main difference between software engineering, business informatics, Venlo, compared to software engineering, Eindhoven. Yeah, first of all.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna my crew. Yeah, thank you so much for your
You're
answer.
welcome.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Thank you.
So coming to that question about software engineering, business informatics in Venlo compared to Eindhoven. Yeah, first of all, the Eindhoven program covers the whole ICT domain, whereas the IT program, which is information technology, in Venlo, it's about software engineering and business informatics only. So that's one main difference. Livia already explained, we are here in the middle of the ICT department in Eindhoven is quite big because also of this activities going on in Brainport. So there are so many companies doing so many different innovations in different fields. That also explains why here at Fontys in Eindhoven we can offer all these different profiles, including all these different specializations as explained by Joris and Livia. So to give students as many options as possible to take part in all these activities generated in the region. So, but on the other hand, software engineering Venlo, if you want to study, let's say, in a more small scale environment, because campus Venlo is smaller than campus Eindhoven, then of course, then this is also a good study option for you. If you know that you only want to study related to software, then maybe Venlo is a good option. Yeah, all specializations, all profiles are offered in English. Yeah. So as what I already mentioned, because we are every September, we have around 440 450 new international students, and so they all speak English. They're mixed with Dutch students, so the whole program is completely in English. And Joris, there is another question. Other minors in English besides applied data science? Yeah, you already mentioned a few minors. We offered at Fontys ICT in Eindhoven.
Oh, yes, and the minors were also asked. Yeah. I think plenty of minors are in English. There might be some minors only in Dutch.
Yeah, but indeed what you mentioned, there are a lot of minors available in English. And as what you already mentioned, students can also do a minor program at another Dutch university or even at our Erasmus partners within European countries.
Yeah.
So you don't have to pay fees for that. It's all included in the tuition fees you pay at Fontys. How many students are there in your university? So at Fontys ICT, in total, we have around, I would say in Eindhoven, we also have a campus in Tilburg, but that's only for Dutch students. But in Eindhoven, we have around, I would say, 2,000 students.
Yeah, I always forget. I'm looking for the data. We get regularly an update of those numbers, and I forget them.
So in fact, we are a large university.
Yeah.
We are the largest university in the Netherlands, but we are small scale organized. Maybe Livia can say a few things more about that. So you never have the experience that you are studying in large groups. You're always studying in smaller groups, project groups, maximum of 6 students, with students, teachers, professors. Yeah. So
and the classes are always organized in class of 30 people. It's not that you are in a large hall of 200 students altogether. Well, and me as a teacher, I try to learn all my students, learn their names as quickly as possible. So that's we keep small scale organized indeed. I found the numbers, but officially for all combinations, we also have a Dutch only stream, but I think that's not interested for you. But the total number of students is around 4,000 for first year, second until fourth year students.
Let me see, there is a question coming in. If I study communication related to journalism, which campus should I study? So at Campus Eindhoven, there is a program called International Communication Management. So that's also in English. That's an option as well. And there is another question, is there one-on-one mentoring system for each student? Is there accommodation provided by the uni? If so, what is the cost? So maybe Joris, you can answer the first part of the question about the mentoring system.
Yeah. Each student, he and she gets a mentor. That's for a class, and especially in the beginning, you have each student has a one-to-one talk with your mentor, and gradually students, they find their own way around in the university and in Eindhoven, etc. So it decreases the amount of contact you need. It decreases, but the mentor is always has an open door that you can always contact your mentor, come up with your questions. That can be on how to study and what to study. Maybe you can also perhaps hopefully not, but it might be that you have personal problems. Either your mentor helps you, or he or she can forward you that you will be helped.
Okay, Livia, can you answer the question about accommodation?
Yeah, sure. So in the first year, Fontys helps you to find your own accommodation. That's really nice because they provide you a few websites. Of course, when you register, you get some emails with some websites where you can just choose a room of your preference, also based on the budget. But in the second year, you will have to, start searching for your own accommodation. And even then, if you have any trouble with that, Fontys is going to be there to help you.
Yeah, and the costs.
And the costs, I would say it's around 300 and 450 euros. So again, it's depending on what you want. And
yeah, that's per month, huh?
Yeah,
So
but I would say that's the range between 300 and 450.
Yeah, and then the cost of living for food and insurances. That comes on top.
Yeah, exactly. But also with the insurance it's more than that.
Yeah.
We can provide some links, I would say.
And the beer, Olivia? How much
I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking beer. Nope.
Yeah.
No, but I would say per month, including, let's say, an accommodation of 400 euros, I would say with 650 euros, together with food and everything, that should be, let's say, the max that a student would spend.
Yeah.
I would say.
Okay, then I hope we will answer all the questions, but the next one is from Thomas. How much hours do lectures take a week? Well, how to find a part-time job. The amount of work you have to do is around 40 hours a week, and maybe Livia can comment on it if it's exaggerated or underestimated. But it's not only filled with lectures. You also have to work on your own in your own accommodation, but also at the Fontys buildings, especially when you work in a project, you work with your project team, not necessarily that there is a teacher besides you. But on average, in the first year, more or less half of the time, there will be help from the teachers. Also, that gradually decreases, but because you learn how to get your information by yourself, how to work more on your own. But still, even in the last year, it's, I think, 25% of the time you will see teachers where you can show your work, where the teacher gives you lectures on new subjects, etc. How to find a part-time job? Yeah, also I would say that would not be too difficult. But maybe also Livia, can you answer that?
Yeah, sure. I can say that it's not really hard, depending on what you want to do. So there are students who don't necessarily go into the ICT field, so they, I don't know, do some other stuff, working at a restaurant or even as delivery, people. So it depends if that's what you want. But for instance, I had my internship in the third year at Philips. So that looks really good on the CV, and immediately I found a part-time job afterwards, and I'm currently at this company. It's called Arian. I've been there for a year. And I would say it's a really nice combination to have the studies and the part-time job. Also, the Dutch government, they give you some, it's like a gift. You can put it like that. If you work 56 hours per month, then you get this gift, around 400 euros. So it's really nice that if you finish university within 10 years, then you don't need to return it.
How can I get this gift? I've never got it. I also want to have it.
Yeah, I think there are some special rules for the Dutch people. But I would say it's really nice. And even if you create your own portfolio with all the websites and all the projects that you did, you can easily try to apply to any company, I would say.
Yeah. So in general, it's not too difficult. It's highly dependent on what you want. And of course, if you just arrive in Eindhoven and you just start your study at ICT, you will get a different job But then when you are a third year or fourth year student, then you get much more ICT related jobs, and that gradually grows. Okay, but at least the university, well, yeah, we help you very much with finding an internship project, and very much we help you with finding your graduation project, the companies. But for the part-time jobs, that's mainly done by the students. And I think the students themselves, you can get good advice from your fellow students. Then there's a question from Dennis. Main difference between ICT and software and ICT and technology. Well, ICT and technology, that's more about embedded systems. So all software that you hardly recognize as being software. Maybe the software in your television set, or the software in your car. And I think even more and more systems, they contain software. Well, also in your DVD player, etc. All this kind of software embedded into this device, that's belonging to technology. And ICT and software, maybe you can say, well, that's software that runs on computers like your own desktop, maybe at servers at companies with big database systems. That's ICT and software. But if you both profiles, there is a lot of programming is involved. The level of programming is more or less the same. And the application software is on larger computers, and technology is, well, you have to do more with hardware interaction. You have to control all kind of motors, etc., and sensor information. That's the main difference. Okay. Then Leo has answered several questions about the costs. Yeah. Okay, I hope we have covered all questions until now. If not, let us know if we have overlooked one question. I cannot hear you, Leo.
I'm just putting in a final message, Joris, that students can send all, let's say, questions that come later. They can send them to Campus Eindhoven. I just type it in again.
Maybe Livia, can you otherwise go to the last page, because you still have the presentation. Yeah, and all the specializations we covered in one slide, or then we have more information. This study navigator, this website, is in fact for our students themselves. Sometimes it contains some details. Maybe you are not interested in this moment, but you can see, well, how the information is provided to our students. But I think for a global level, that could give you very interesting information. The next one is we have a new build, the virtual tours. We have a new building in Eindhoven, and you can see it already as my background. I'm not in the building, I'm just at home, but I just have this as my background. But you can have a look at this new building, and you can walk through it. That's a nice animation, the second one. Yeah, and several pictures of this slides I have obtained from that website. And yeah, the final most important one, if you have any questions that are not covered yet by Livia or by Leo or by me, and you can send a mail and we come back to you with the answers. And Leo also put the same mail address in the chat already. Thank you.
Okay, so thanks a lot, Joris and Livia, for this very informative and nice webinar. It will be recorded, so from next week on, students can also find it back on our websites or YouTube channels, so we will inform you about that. Thanks a lot also the students for watching and asking us your questions. Hope you learn from it and that you can make better decisions right now. And as what Joris already mentioned, whenever you have questions, don't hesitate to ask them. And yeah, on behalf of Joris, Livia, thanks a lot. And yeah, maybe we will meet again sometime in Eindhoven.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say
Okay.
we say goodbye now.
Yeah.
Thank
Goodbye.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you. Bye-bye.
Oh, there's one last question actually. Does your uni let students study online if COVID is still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trang, yes, we do it that way. We try to meet students as much as possible. Of course, all the precautions we take care of, especially, for example, the building. You can only come with 1/3 of the normal population. So the
Oh, I
building.
see. So my concern is that, for example, if I study at September next year, and if COVID is still, still all over the world like that time, so in that case, can I study online in Vietnam for the first semester of 2021?
No.
Oh, so I really have to go there and study on site, right?
Yes, yeah, and we value the interaction between students, and that's very, we regard it as very important, and also that we meet each other, we can help each other. That works much better when we meet in person than only having everything online.
Yeah, I hope,
Yeah.
of course, I hope to go there to study. But for example,
Yes.
like this semester, a lot of university let their student outside the country can study online since COVID
Yeah.
is still there in
Yeah.
Europe.
Yeah.
But your university is not, right?
No, we also hear from students from other universities, they don't like to be only online.
I
And
see.
they really want to meet other people.
I
And
see.
therefore we said, well, we take that as a starting point, and we want to make sure with all safety measures that's extremely important for us. That we want to have a safe environment, but within the safe environment, how can we make sure that people really can meet each other and study in that way?
Yep, sure. Thank
More
you
or
so
less,
much.
1/3 of the time you will get really lessons inside the building,
I
and yes,
see.
the other 2/3 is unfortunately is online. But given the measures, of course we hope that we can increase being together, but nobody knows.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Professor.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, have a nice day. Bye.
Yeah, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks for joining.
Bye-bye.
Yuri, don't forget to stop the recording.
Yes, I will stop the recording, and then everybody can leave this this presentation. Let me try to stop it. I should press a button. Stop recording.
Bye-bye.
See you, Leo.